Now, Iran's IRGC claims its air defenses have now brought down a second US F-35 stealth fighter jet over central Iran. But is it even possible? Washington, meanwhile, has acknowledged only one F-35 damaged by suspected Iranian fire and insists that no US fighter jet has actually been shot down. This clash of narrative has turned the battlefield into an information war as well. But if Tehran's latest claims are true, it marks an unprecedented blow to US air power and to the reputation of what is often marketed as almost unkillable aircraft. The F-35 stealth fighter jets has been the backbone of US air power for many years, and the next F-series jets are still under development. So as US enters more and more wars, two incidents over Iran could change military equations around the world. Well, on 19th March, a US F-35 flying a combat mission over Iran was forced to make an emergency landing at a base in the Middle East after being hit by what US officials believe was Iranian fire. The pilot survived with injuries and the jet, worth around $100 million, was damaged but recovered. But the incident is now under investigation. Though the IRGC quickly claimed it had struck and seriously damaged the aircraft over central Iran and released footage showing its air defenses engaging a US stealth jet. Since then, Iranian officials and aligned media outlets have suggested that not one but two US F-35s have been brought down within a short span. Though these assertions rely largely on Iranian statements and propaganda-style videos rather than independently verifiable evidence. In fact, US Central Command has repeatedly pushed back, posting public certifications that no American fighter aircraft has been shot down by Iran, even as it confirms damage to at least one F-35. Now, this leaves a narrow but important distinction. Washington accepts that its premier stealth jet has been hit, but firmly rejects the claim that any F-35 has actually been destroyed in the combat over Iran. Now, some reports say that the jet struck down in the central Iran may possibly have been an F-15, but Iran remains adamant it was the Lightning itself. The F-35 is designed to be extremely hard to detect, using stealth shaping, radar-absorbent materials, and advanced electronic warfare systems. And until this conflict, there was no confirmed case of an F-35 being struck by enemy fire in combat. Yet Iran has spent years building a layered air defense network that mixes olden Russian systems with indigenous platforms like the long-range Bauer 373, which Tehran claims can detect and track low radar cross-section targets such as stealth aircraft at significant ranges. Analysts point out that stealth does not make an aircraft invisible, especially when opponents use a combination of radars operating at different frequencies, infrared sensors, and network command and control to build a picture of the skies. Now, many experts also believe that Iran may have relied on passive detection, low-frequency radars, and possibly loitering munitions or short-range surface-to-air missiles cued by off-board sensors to hit the American jet once it was already deep over central Iran. While it remains unclear which exact weapon was used, earlier conflicts have shown Iran deploying systems like the 358 loitering anti-air missile against US drones, underlying its focus on asymmetric anti-air tactics. Now, even if the F-35 was only damaged, not destroyed, the incident shows that an adaptive air defense network can sometimes land a blow against fifth-generation aircraft, especially when those jets are flying repeatedly sorties over the same contested airspace. This makes Trump's ambitious push for the sixth-generation series all the more crucial and more than likely expensive. For Tehran, claiming not just a hit but downing of one or more F-35s serves both as domestic morale building and also as strategic messaging to the region that Iranian skies are not safe hunting ground for Western stealth jets. If Iran has indeed shot down a US F-35, it would be a historic first. No F-35 has ever been confirmed lost to enemy fire, and only one stealth aircraft, a US F-117, has been previously shot down in combat over Serbia in 1999. And this was during NATO's bombing of Yugoslavia amid the Kosovo War. In 2026, such a loss would shatter the aura of invisibility around the jet. emboldened adversaries to invest more in anti-stealth technology and forced the Pentagon to rethink how and where it risks its most advanced fighters. Now, operationally, confirmed shoot down would likely make US military more cautious about sending F-35s deep into heavily defended central Iran, pushing them instead towards standoff strikes, greater use of drones and cruise missiles, and also denser electronic warfare cover. Now, politically, the White House and Pentagon would face difficult questions at home over the vulnerability and enormous cost of a fleet. Allies that depends on the F-35 as the backbone of their air force would also watch closely, potentially demanding upgrades, new tactics, and tighter integration with their own air defenses to keep the aircraft survivable in high-threat environments. Remember, the US supplies this ultra-modern jet to many countries including Israel, Saudi, and European allies. And a combat loss also means massive loss of reputation for the American military-industrial complex. Well, for now, the hard fact remains that only one US F-35 is confirmed damaged after a combat mission over Iran, but the Islamic Republic insists it has done further and brought down a jet and perhaps even a second one, while US Central Command flatly denies any fighter loss. Until verifiable wreckage, imagery, or detailed forensic evidence emerges, Tehran's latest claim sits in the grey zone between psychological warfare and battlefield reality. But the mere possibility that Iranian defenses can hurt America's flagship stealth jet is already reshaping the way this war is being fought in the skies over Iran.